traditions around here, and you know, one of the big traditions. There's a couple things I'm going to talk about real quick right now, because it's been a difficult last few weeks here within the Shortman family. But we want to talk about something positive first, and it's Charlie. We've got a award here called the Charlie Moloney Award, and for everybody new to the program, Charlie was a guy that loved Washington College, loved Chestertown, loved the lacrosse program, and was so ingrained in what we did that he was an alum. He was a member. He was essentially the best graduate to never graduate from Washington College. And the best way that I can explain it, there's probably people with so many stories about Charlie, but the best way that I can explain it, again, to people that are new, and I apologize for other people that you've heard me say this a couple years in a row, but you know, it was my second day on campus after getting hired. And the first guy that I met that did not work inside the athletic department was Charlie. Charlie comes cruising in the office, introduced himself, told me a couple of great stories, and I was warned about Charlie. You know, it's, hey, here's Charlie, and you should reach out, and my head was spinning. And Charlie, being the guy that he is, didn't wait for me to reach out. He reached right out to me, and the funny thing is he showed up, and he had 3 ties with him. And he gave me the ties, and I still have the tie, and I remember I wore the green tie with the yellow lacrosse sticks to Charlie's funeral, and it's just something where he had this gift, and all he wanted to do was talk about positive things, and you know, things of the program. You can ask anybody in Chestertown, and you know, St. Patty's Day, Charlie was known. The poor guy was so wore out by lunchtime because he started so early and would run around dressed up as a leprechaun, taking pictures with everybody in town, because that's what he did. Everybody loved Charlie, and he had, you know, these traditions. And so when Charlie passed, we wanted to keep what he was all about alive. So we created the Charlie Moloney Award, and the Moloney family and a bunch of alums that knew him really well helped put this award together exactly how it was worded. And then what we do is a coaching staff and people in the athletic department that really knew Charlie, we sit down and we really talk about what senior just graduated that really fit who Charlie was. Okay, you know, it's so there's a lot that goes into it, but it's a pretty neat tradition. And just some quick things before we hand it out. So we get shirts made every year. So Mr. Zerley, I don't know if Mr. Zerley made the trip down yet. I haven't. He did not. So Mr. Zerley, Jackson's dad, designed the shirt. So he did a really good job with past winners, and you know, took a picture of Charlie and designed it. We're going to put these up on a team store, because every year we get alums that hey, they want to get their hands on the Charlie Moloney you know, alumni shirt for that year. And so just so you guys know, these are the shirts we had made this year. We'll get them up on the team store. We're going to email out to everybody, so you can all get your hands on them in celebrating Charlie's life and celebrating this award. The Maloneys are here right now. Oh, so Andy, one of Charlie's sons, and Mrs. Moloney, Charlie's wife, you guys want to come on out here, please? They hate the attention, so we'll keep it short and sweet. But you know, one of the best memories, just real quick, is Charlie kept saying, "Come by the house, come by the house. Just walk in the back door." So the first time I went by the house, I was with my 2 daughters. Garrett was just a happy thought at the time. But so we come around back, and I'm knocking on the back door. Mrs. Moloney's yelling at me, "Why aren't you walking in?" And then so we walked in, and then I knew I could just walk in the back door. And of course, you know, Charlie had a natty bow and sat down, and Notre Dame football was on, so we were watching some of the game, and Mrs. Moloney had the cup of goldfish for the girls, and we just sat there and told stories. So that's my first memory of being over at the house, and I'm sure a lot of people have memories of being over at the house, because the Maloneys were that type of people. But now to get you off the spotlight. Okay, yeah, perfect. All right, so this year, the Charlie Moloney Award goes to a guy who he had some ups and downs here. He went through some injuries. Things did not come easy for him. He wasn't even a starter to start his senior year. But about halfway through the season, he just stayed at it. Just worked at it, always had a great attitude, always looking out for other guys on the team, never complaining about anything. just a lot like Charlie, had that attitude of when he woke up, he was going to make the most of the day. And the end of his senior year, you know, he turned something into a pretty darn good career, and someone that I'm very proud of, and someone that I know his teammates are really proud of. Charlie Moloney Award 2015, Tyler Shaw.